So once again welcome back to the social class for class 10. In the last session, that means last class, we was completed on the video of economics second chapter, and it is the sector of Indian economy. So till date only the economic chapter is there for the past terminal exam. So today we move on the new topic, a new chapter, the new book, especially on geography. So we'll discuss on the geography, that is on the third chapter. So first chapter and second chapters are now both including together. So the things I already completed in the previous class. So today we'll go for the next chapter, chapter 3, that is the water resources. In this chapter on the water resources, we'll discuss the importance of the water. Anyway, we already know that the importance of the water, and nowadays and for the every living being, without water it's very difficult to be survive. We already know that. But how much percentage are there for the utilizing and using for the drinking water, and how much percentage are there, and how we can be make a more water to conversion them for the more fresh or for the more usable. So the things we'll discuss, and the forms of the water. So in the lower class we already studied the three layers are there, especially like lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere. So it's come under the hydrosphere. So we already studied that out of 100%, 71% are the presence of the water on the earth, and only the 29% are the land there. So when we think that the waters are more, 71%, so when we think in a general sense, we feel that the waters are abundant there, so the shortage of water should not be there. But in practically life, we found that the water scarcities are more. If you see, like in the Gujarat, some portions, like if you see the Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan area, and many more, the part of the country, the scarcities of the waters are more there. So they are utilizing the water, especially the underground water, more or less. But that underground water also now contaminated by the wastage flow out from the factory and industry, and those waters which are fit for the drinking, due to the over constructions, due to the overcrowded, the water pollutions are more there. So that is the reason that the insufficient of the water, and how we should be make that water sufficient for each and everyone. If you see that like if you see in the Rajasthan, like in the Gujarat area, the women have to be take a pots of water, and they have to be cover at least in a day 3-4 kilometers to fetching of water. So it is so that the waters are not sufficient for each and everyone. Though water may be abundant there, but that water is not fit for drinking. Like as I said that we have 71% presence of the water, and due to that cause the earths are look like blue in color. But out of 71%, only 0.03% of the fresh waters are there, which is the fit for the drinking. And the remaining water, it may be in the swampy, it may be in the salty. So mostly what we get from the water, like from the oceans, river, that oceans, especially the oceans, rivers are very salty, which is not fit for the drinking. So if we counting the total percentage, we have only 0.03% are fit for the drinking, that is the fresh water, and it is not sufficient for the each and everyone. That's why we see that at least in the hilly station area, like in our area, when we feel that water should be abundant, water should be get more, like especially like the northeastern part of India, like in Arunachal, water powers, water potentials are more there. But still we found that some of the districts are not get sufficient water. I think you may be already experienced in your home, in your village, or rather if you see like if you are residing in the capital city, twin capital city, like in Itanagar or Naharlagan, So the water scarcities are more there, and due to that cause peoples are drilling out of the underground water more and more there. And that is also one region. In the recently also you may have seen that in the newspaper also, like in Mexico or like in Germany, uh, due to the over extractions of the water, not only the water mineral or anything, but due to that cause the lands are become down. That means that lands are become hollow, because the inside whatever the remainings are vacuum now, that means they are feel empty. Then due to that cause the lands are become a down and down day by day. So that all uh, the problem which we face regarding on the water. And we already know that being a living being, everyone need a water for their survival, and without water it's very difficult to survive. So that's why we maybe find that like if you see the if you heard about the Mars, like Jupiter or whatever, sorry, Venus, so moon, the water water problems are there. That's why human survivals are very less possibilities on that. So today we'll discuss on the water scarcity and the need to water conservations and their management. Yes, I already said that the water scarcities are there, but waters are abundant for use, but that is not pit. That is a major reason there. Because nowadays, wherever the waters flow, like from the hill or from the water which we are getting there, now that areas have become dry up. Why it is dry up there? The one side, the reason we already know that reckless cut downs of the tree, which is bearing of the monsoon. So if the rain is not there, so the water will difficult to get there. If the rain is there, then only we can be possibilities of the getting more water there. The another factor, like due to the over construction site of industry factory, or like by the road making, so wherever we possibilities of the get water in that area, wherever the waters are there, that areas are distracted. So in that area waters sorry, lands are fill up there. So due to that cause the waters are getting lesser and lesser day by day. Now how we should be how we should be utilizing them more properly there. Nowadays you may be seeing that so many technologies are invented. Those impurities of water can be purified for the potable for the drinking also there. So now we are looking for the new sustainability, how that impure water or that water which is not fit for drinking, to converting them into a new sources of the drinking water there. In everywhere we found that, like for example in the riverside, in the lake area, wherever the water may be there, especially where the aquatic animals are more there. In there also nowadays the people are dumping their wastage, and when we are dumping their wastage, like we are using like more or less on the plastic commodities, especially like chemicals and fertilizer which come out of the industry and factory. So that is affected to the aquatic animal and those who living nearby the river water. So that is the one problem which we found, pest problem, as well as for the aquatic animal also, which we have resources, but that resources we cannot utilizing them a very proper manner. That is one problem mostly we found here, and due to that cause the scarcities are found more on that. And the second topic, that is on the multi-purpose river project and integrated water supply management. So multi-purpose river project and integrated water resources management, especially after achievement of the independent, when Jawaharlal Nehru, he, that means past 5-year plan, though he gave importance on the agricultural sector, heavy industry, educations. Then after that the water management also came there. So they started to be constructions of big dam, and he refers that the dam is the modern temples of the future. So he believing that, because after the constructions of the big dam, at least the storage of the water, and that water can be utilizing for the many form. Like past we used that dam for generating of hydroelectricity power. Again out of that we can be irrigated in our agricultural field. There we can be rearing the aquatic animal like breeding of the fish, and that area also looking for the ecotourism also there. But today at this stage we found that due to the big multi-purpose project, big dams like Bakranagal Dam, Hirakund Dam, so all those big dams at present situation it's make a danger. Now how it's make a danger? Because when we making a big dam, in future it may be collide, that burn. So once that burn is collide, the nearby the area who are living nearby that dam or river area, that can be easily washed away. And once it will be washed away, the nearby the area of the land are come into the merge into the water. The destructions of property, destructions of the tree, flora and fauna both can be affected there. That's why nowadays medium and small dams are invited, and small and medium dams are started to be set up instead of making the big dam. So there is a multi-purpose river dam especially, which I already give after making the dam what we can be get benefited. So many dams are there which I already said it, like Hirakund Dam, Bakranagal Dam, Tehri Dam. So many dams are there, Sutlej, Vis. So many dams are there which are using for us, but that is in a good sense. But after 100 years, 200 years, it may be a problem there. But out of that, the making of the dam, the multi-purpose project, it is really good development for the country as well as the state who are living nearby on that. And the last topic for today, it will be the last because this chapter is very short, but inside there many things are written there, especially how people go for collecting the waters, which they cover a distance of 5 kilometer, 6 kilometer, 10 kilometer for the drinking water, and that nearby the area water is not getting there, and whatever the waters are there that are contaminated by the animal or by the throwing of the wastage by the man-made, all those things are only given there, but few important point only there which you need to know and which I have to tell you. That is the rain harvesting. So rain harvesting is at this situation, at the present situation, is one of the best remedies. That means that which we can be used for the future. So which I refer to remedies, that means which can be adaptable at this situation, because we already know that day by day the percentage of waters are become less, and when the percentage of the waters are become less, the level of the waters are down, especially underground water, not by the surface land, because surface land, due to the melting of ice and snow, the levels are rising there due to the greenhouse effect is rising there. That's why generally we found that during the monsoon session, so many areas nearby the river area or plain area, it's affected more on the flooded. So the pit water, drinkable waters are become less and less, but which is not pit, that is rising more and more there. So out of that, rainwater harvesting is one of the practices mostly we found in Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Meghalaya, in many areas the rainwater harvesting are practices there. Now what is the rainwater harvesting? I think you may be seeing that these rainwater harvestings are also known as rooftop harvesting, rooftop rainwater harvesting. And a different state, they have a different name. Like if you say the Panimalar, like Tankhas in the Rajasthan, in Tamil Nadu, they have a different name. So during the rainy session, especially the monsoon sessions, after the 2-3 days of the rain, which they have to be left out, because that past water, second water, which we are collecting from the rain, that is the dusty one, because after a long days of the dry and so much dusties are present on the atmosphere, so when the waters are coming there, that's are contaminated. So due to that cause, after the 2-3 days or the week of the rain, then they start collecting the water. And how they are collecting there, I think you may be seeing that in your home, when they are making the roof, nearby the roof, they are making some pipe, and through that pipe the rainwaters, when they are coming there, they are collecting them in the big tank. So that is practice and different style and different idea. Like in Rajasthan, that water tank which they are making inside the home, so they are collecting the water from the roof when the waters are coming, and they are collecting into the inside their home when they are making them one tank system. In that tanks are working for many other purposes. The past, they are getting the water from there and they can easily pitch the water from there. Second, that waters are become cold for many days, and that home, that their rooms are also become cold because due to the condensations, because waters are present there, and due to their reflections of condensations, the rooms are also become as the cold. So it is not so hot. So they can be used in many purposes, many idea. So nearby the areas are become cold. Waters they are getting very easily when they are needed. No, they are no need to go for the far distance to be collect water, but they can easily collect from their home, especially for utilizing cleaning of cloth or washing the utensil at least. So that is how rainwater harvestings are started. Rooftop rainwater harvesting, which is very good practices. That means which we should not be misusing them, and whatever we are getting, we at least we can be use them for other, it is not for drinking but for the cleaning of the house, cleaning of utensil, cleaning of the cloth. So it's really helpful for us to be in the another sustain, that means another subsidy, that means another substitutions which we can be used there. So these all are the point which we discuss on this chapter, the water resources. So next class we'll go for the another chapter in itself in geography, that will be the agriculture. So after this I'm giving the note on this chapter, as well as two, three questions are remaining in the sectors of Indian economy. So the things also I give there on mid between that. The last chapter remaining, the things will go on the women interactive class on agriculture. There I will be explain it. So for today that much. Thank you.